Alright, so here's the deal. We are starting a new series, maybe, for YouTube, maybe, where I'm just going to be playing Jade Room East, and trying to explain what I'm doing as I play. It's basically practice for me to try and, well, speak better, and also just maybe to, reflect on how I play a bit more often and a bit better. Yeah. And also maybe, if I need to... Wow, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, that's what this is for. Right. To get more practice in just making videos and all that, because that sounds like something. It's pretty fun, right? Anyways, enough of that talk. It is time to play Mahjong. So what do we have here? We've got 6 blocks. The dealer is called once. We've also got Sanshoku on the horizon. Right now, we have 3 safe tiles against the dealer, so we shouldn't be in too much of a pickle. That being said, it's a pretty strange looking hand. We got 3 pairs, which isn't so great. But we could technically, I guess, go for 7 pairs if the situation calls for it. We got the Dora now. That Dora was not called by the dealer, so they probably don't have a pair in hand, which means that they're probably quite cheap, especially considering they've dropped a red 5 as well. Well, okay. Unless they're flushing or something like that. If they're flushing, then they're not cheap. I kind of doubt that they're flushing, though, considering they dropped those honors pretty early on, though. That being said, they are dropping a lot of middle dials. Oh. So, who knows? Either way, they dealt in, so it doesn't matter anymore. Great. And we can just move on to the next round. Alright, next hand is not so great. We've got maybe some Yaku on the bottom, Sanjoku. We've got a Dora now as well. For the time being, I think I'm actually going to drop this 4. The idea being, well, we're going to keep the edge tile Yaku available. We want to use this Dora if possible. If we pair it up, that's a pair. If we find a sequence around it, that's, well, a sequence. Crazy. Yeah. Then the question is, well, what about these other numbers, right? It's pretty tough to find a great way to, well, see, I'm looking at the 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku, right? That's something I want to definitely keep in mind. And if we're using the 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, then we already have 3 blocks, 4 blocks. We're just going to pass up these calls, saying that we don't need to lose our defense for such a bad hand. Or we are not interested in losing our defense for such a bad hand. That being said, we are getting closer to Sanshoku. If we can use this Dora, that would be amazing. We will achieve the Sanshoku parts. Okay. I think at this point we will just go ahead and get rid of white. If we can... Actually, no. I'm not a fan of this 4. Because... Actually, no, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, if we find something around it... Give me a second. Actually, is this even good? I feel like it's not. Okay, I didn't check where the dealer dropped that from their hand or not, but either way, I think we're just gonna go ahead and drop these reds now. It's getting late. It would be really sad to deal into something, unexpected. Let's watch this time what they're doing with their discard. Okay, that was from their... not from their hand, I mean. I think we'll go ahead and drop the 4 now. He says as he deals in. I'm not a fan of the 4-drop, looking at it again, because, okay, yes, we got a 2-sided weight, but also, if we're using that 2-sided weight plus the Sanchoku, we have to drop the Dora, which isn't really something that I'm very interested in doing. So, yeah. I mean, we could still do something, I guess, but probably drop the Shun first, the red dragon first. Because otherwise it just don't look so great. What the heck is this hand? I don't know, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this block or something like that. Our shapes are a little strange. We have 5 blocks though. What I'm looking for is maybe perhaps a Yaku. Like, I don't know, Flush, Itsu. Somewhere around those abouts. And also just fishing for Yakai while we can. That is a 2-sided weight drop from the person across. Either way, we are just going to be folding now, just because this hand is not really worth fighting. That being said, if we do get into, if we do draw into Ishanten, one away, you know, we might be able to actually win. It's not out of the question. But we should always keep an eye out for, or we should always be ready to fold with this hand. Because, well, the dealer's already recheat. This person, not really clear what they're doing, but they seem kind of, you know, doing something. Do I actually drop the 6 here? I mean, the 6 is safe right now, so we're gonna drop it. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and recheat if we do draw into Tenpai. Pushing the 7. I'm not sure how likely 7 is to deal in. Well, we should check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Any other Suji out? I don't see any no chances either. So what, does this have like about a 10% chance to deal in? 8. That being said, we can't push from 1 away. So it's fold time. Yeah. We're not pushing the 4-7, we're not pushing the 7 either. So it's fine. Whatever. We will just leave. The 7 passed. Now that all of these numbers have come out, anything that hasn't passed is a lot more dangerous. Which, well, is something to keep in mind. It just makes it so that pushing is even harder in this situation. I'll just go ahead and drop the 4 now, just in case it deals into someone later. I'm not really expecting either of these people are pushing, though. Okay. Change of plans. We are 1 away from Tenpai again. If we can... Give me a second. Actually, no, this 4 hasn't passed, right? Yeah, whatever, I don't care. We can't get into Tenpai anyways, right? We would have to get the 369 or the 6, so this turn, exactly. In order to get Tenpai, and that's kind of small. I mean, the deal-in rate for this 9 is extremely small as well, but... well, whatever. It's basically 0. That being said, the 4 could still deal in. We don't have any information on the 1-4. Okay, well, so it deals in. Nice looking hand, except it's extremely cheap. Cool. On to the next hand. We got, what is this hand? It looks bad. But we got 3 pairs. 5 blocks. I think for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop like the So's or something like that. You could probably start from the 2 as well. Sort of looking towards 7 pairs. Flush, kind of dealio. I don't really know. It's kind of just whatever. Playing defensively. The thing about this hand is that even if we draw, like, tiles around these nice middle tiles, right, to get 2-sided weights and all that, our hand is actually still really bad. So, you know, if we're looking for improvements, I think it would be better to look for improvements to our value, for example, or a way to develop our hand in a way that makes it actually worth pushing. Here we're doing amazing. The dealer's dropped a Dora though, meaning that we should be a little bit careful. Also, we've got a Yaku in Ipeiko now, so I don't actually need to go for the flush if we don't feel like it. That being said, we're probably going for the flush. I mean, look at this. Still 3 blocks though. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, you know, if someone does look like a threat, we should be prepared to fold. We got the red under control. We've got, well, the red is safe against the dealer. We've got 9, which is basically safe against either of these 2. And, well, in case of emergency, we always can drop this west or something like that, which probably isn't that dangerous. The dealer has dropped from 3 suits now. Something to be careful of. Once someone's dropped from 3 suits, like this, it should be more likely for them to get into, it's a sign that they're getting close to Tenpai. Anyways, we are 1 away as well. I think I'll actually palm the white. I'm not sure though. Well, if you're pawning the white, you should also cheat this, right? Not sure about that one. See, if we're cheating that, our hand value is pretty low because we don't have the white. It's just 2,000 points. Yeah, but if we pawn the white, it's at least 3,900, which is nice. Reach. Or maybe we shouldn't reach this, but whatever, I'm reaching it anyways. The reason why you might not want to reach this is because it really looks like we're doing a flush with this discard. And, well, people are probably going to be a lot more cautious on the north. Yeah, you probably shouldn't reach this. Especially since, you know, even with the, what's called? Even without Ricci, this is already Mankan. So I kind of got ahead of myself with this. Kind of, gut reaction. I mean, come on, it's a honor tile weight. No one's gonna stop the north. Well, whatever. What's done was done. We just need to keep on playing. Next. Man, I've been getting all these difficult hands. What do we do with this? I think for the time being, we're just gonna go ahead and drop this one. I don't really know what we're doing with this hand. You could say drop the 6 and go for another outside hand Yaku kind of thing. But I feel like that might be a little too premature. Outside hand, flush, Sanchoku, those kind of things. None of those Yaku require the 6. Which means, well, the 6 is the least useful. At least the 1s are useful for the outside hand, right? And they also give you a Yaku. I'm wondering... no. We should keep the 6 still. Since we do have a Yaku in East already, I think it's worth it to keep the 6. The question now is, though, whether we keep the 2 or something like that versus the 6 or the 9. The 2 gives us 3, which, you know, gives us... Actually, good point. Maybe I should have kept the 2 instead of the 6? Because if we get the 3, then we can get Chanta. The outside hand. Versus the 6, where if we get the 5, we get a you know, 2-sided weight that's not Chanta. And if we get the 7, I mean, we get Chanta Sanchoku already. So yeah, I think dropping a 6 was better than dropping the 2 on that turn. Like, it just seems so much better in terms of value. Gee. Anyways, this is plenty value already. We don't need any outside hand when we just got a red 5. 39 points is lovely. Please don't deal him. Just gotta ask nicely. With this point situation, I think it's very apt to con the East Wind if we get it. And we'll probably just be pushing everything. And the thing about 3,900 is that you just push it against everything, basically. Especially since we're in last place. But even in a general situation, you can push 3,900 against 3,900 good weight against basically everything. 3,900 bad weight is a little rougher, but you can still push it basically against everything. Yeah, maybe against the dealer it's worse. Man, this one's... I've been getting such rough hands. I'm not sure if that was probably not the best drop, huh? No, but I think... No. I'm fine with this drop. Yeah. What we're looking for right now is a Yaku. Things that we can make a Yaku with are the Yakai, for example. If we pair those up, that's a Yaku. To be honest, I could probably just drop the 2. Do we drop the 2 instead of one of these guys? Like, what's it good for, really? We draw the 3. Okay, that's Ishanten. No, it's not. It's not Ishanten. What are you talking about? Okay, fine. Fine, we're keeping the 2 for that reason. Yes, if we draw the 3, it's good for us. See? See, I'm thinking. Yeah. Now, of course, pairing up the Yakai is also nice, because it allows us to start calling and all that. Is 2 better than the 8? I'm not sure. The 2 does give us the, you know, what's it called? Consecutive shape upon drawing the 3, which is better than the, you know, lone tile that can only give us a 6-9 weight, which is already half depleted. Or a quarter depleted, I should say. Either way, it's gonna be rough to push against last place, especially considering this is East 3. If we deal in, we are most likely in last place. That being said, our friend over on the left looks like they're trying to win, potentially. It's kind of interesting. 2 cheese going on. Well, they are dropping safe tiles, so it makes sense, but still. We're just gonna go ahead and follow this too. Maybe they're just trying to... Maybe they have a fold path already in mind. So that's why they can call like this. All that said and done, we are kind of stuck. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this beast. And see what comes our way. Is the 1 best now? Or is, like, one of the Pinsu? I'm unclear on this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the 1s. This way allows us to turn the 4 into a middle Suji. Is that dealing? Nope. Okay. Nakasuji, as they would say. It should be pretty likely for our friend over on the left to be in Tenpai now. They've called 3 times. So yeah, it's become a lot less important or valuable for us to try and push for Tenpai. Considering that the win rate of the person across should be considerably lowered if this person is in Tenpai. Lower. That being said, nothing's happening yet, so, well, it looks like at this point it's probably going to a draw. Or? No. Okay. We are 1 away, but I don't really feel like pushing any of these tiles, so there's not really a point in taking 1 away. I don't really know. I'm not really putting much thought into what I'm discarding in these later turns. It's one of my bigger weaknesses, probably. There's no more time to think. I don't feel like thinking. But alright. Don't tell me that's the alien. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, we are in 3rd place going into OS, which is not a great place to be in, but hey, it's better than Delian. That being said, yeah, this is not a good hand. We want a Yaku, so we can call. Nah. Alright, fine, I'll take our 5 blocks for now. We've got potential Yaku and Ipeiko, although that's probably not happening because there's only 2 9s left. And more importantly, we can't call with Ipeiko, so it's kind of bad. That being said, Taiyao is still pretty... There's still a pretty good chance that we get Taiyao, also Ipeiko is dead. This is not good. We dropped our honors, so we are lacking in defense. But there's no way we can push this hand, so, well, we're just gonna do our best. To be honest, we might want to actually try to keep in mind to get safety against the person across as well. Because they have to push. But I guess we didn't need to worry about that. So, all good. Alright. Nice Mangan from the dealer to get them into 1st. And we end up in 3rd. Alright. Well, I might continue this series at some point. Maybe soon, maybe later. Who knows when this video is actually coming out. Either way, thanks for watching. See you again sometime.